Hello and welcome to Braintree High School for today's non-league game between Braintree and Mansfield. Mike Wassel here for BCAM TV, and Braintree coming into today's game 2-1 on the season. A big victory against Peabody in the last contest, 7-1 rather, here at home, and here in their second straight home game. The Womps looking to keep that pace up. The only loss on the season for Braintree was against Norwood, and right now the Womps will be sending out Michael Riley here today against a very good Mansfield team, a team that went into the D1 finals last year where they lost to Norwood in the finals, but the Womps know that this is going to be a tough test for them. The Womps do have BC High up next, a very, very tough game, probably one of the best teams they'll face all season. Up next, don't want to take this Mansfield team lightly. They can certainly light up the scorebook here, as the Hornets have a very potent offense. They lost a few players from last year's squad, but they still have a very good lineup 1 through 9. And it's going to be a Braintree-Mansfield game here, a non-league game, so it will be a aluminum bat game versus Braintree's usual wood bat, and it'll be 7 innings here today. So we'll be back for the starting lineups right after this. Welcome back to Braintree High School's top of the first inning. The Womps and the Hornets. First pitch of the game to Dow is going to be just low for ball 1. So Riley getting his second start of the season. A tough luck loser against Norwood, Braintree's lone loss of the season. Ground ball too short. Back a few steps is Andrews. Andrews throws across it in time for the first out. So ground out to short to open the ball game, and a good start for Riley on the mound. I believe we're going to have both southpaws here in this game. Both Braintree and Mansfield will be pitching a lefty to start the game. Now the shortstop, Bowen, steps in and takes a pitch on the corner, first strike. Much better afternoon here today than we had in the last game against Peabody, as this one's popped up in the infield. It's going to carry out as McDonald comes on and loses it in the sun. So that one drops right in front of McDonald. He had it lined up, and right at the last second, lost it in the sun. So a gift base runner there for the Hornets, here with one down. McDonald did call off Quigley in the infield, so Quigley gave way to the center fielder. That brings in the right fielder, Trider. Man on at first, pretty good lead at first, and the pitch is down low, which stopped. Baker with a nice play behind the plate. Check on over at first, and safe. Want another count, runner at first, and one down. The pitch is going to be down low, 2-0. DiMartino at third, Andrews at short, Quigley at second, and Vanelli at first. Defensively for the Womps. And across the outfield, Kennedy in left, McDonald in center, and Files in right, as Baker does the catching for Riley. Riley down the count now, 3-0. Was in there for a strike. Riley looking to battle all the way back. The Womps could really use a double play ball and help out their pitcher. 3-1 pitch. It's a fly ball this time to right. Files a few steps over in right. and he puts it away for the second out here of the inning. So nice job by Riley battling back after falling behind 3-0 on the count and inducing a fly ball to right. So 2 down in the inning, bringing up the cleanup hitter as Arnold, the catcher, steps in. So the Hornets 2-2 on the season, looking to get back over the 500 marks. The Womps looking to go 2 games over 500, 3-1. Again, the lead at first for Bowen, who reached on an error in center and a check on over. Benelli holding on the runner at first. Otherwise, the defense is straight back at normal depth. Again, Riley with a few looks over and the pitch. Curveball's in there for a strike. First off-speed pitch he's featured, and it really caught the batter off guard. Just a little bit low. Bowen's been on for a little while. I haven't seen him at least attempt to steal yet. He's got a good sized lead. And Elliott holding him on. Let's see if Riley looks over. 2-1 pitch is down low, 3-1. Not getting a lot of those strike calls in the inside corner. So the cleanup hitter with a good hitter's count, 3-1. As Bowen leads at first. 2 down in the inning. That one fouled back and out of play. That'll put the count full as Riley looking to battle back again. He fell down 3-0 last batter. Was able to get the fly ball to right. Now down 3-1, battling back now a full count. Riley with the payoff pitch. He's going to check on over again. And the 3-2 just fouled off at the plate. That one off the end of the bat. And again, the payoff pitch, the runner goes, and it's in there, strike 3. Late call from the ump, but he rings him up for the first strikeout for Riley, and he gets out of the inning unscathed, and the Womps will come up in a scoreless game. Bottom of the first inning, the Womps up at bat. And a scoreless game, and the first pitch to McDonald's going to be inside. McDonald, Kennedy, Casey, 1-2-3. 4 Braintree due up against the left-hander Neruda. 1-0 pitch is going to be at the knees for a strike. Neruda working quickly on the mound. McDonald steps back into the box. A big game against Peabody. A pair of hits, and he flies this one out to center. It's going to be a tough play as the center fielder comes in a few steps and battles the sun. Actually turned away and made the out. So both center fielders not making it look routine out there on the first fly ball. McDonald retired, F8. Kennedy steps in. The left fielder had an unbelievable catch last game, drives this one out to center again. This one might get over his head, and he stabs at it to make the catch. Two straight outs in center, and both times it was an adventure for the center fielder. So DeMasi puts away two consecutive, but two well-struck balls. And a pair of flyouts to begin the bottom of the first for Braintree. Casey, first pitch is outside. To this point, the Womps have been aggressive early in the count. 1-0 the pitch to Casey. He drives this one out to left center. That one heading towards the gap. And a great catch in center as DeMasi puts it away. All three outs retired in center. That one was struck towards the gap, and he certainly took away extra bases. And Braintree with three well-hit balls in the inning. Nothing to show for it. So after an inning of play, no score. Top of the second inning, no score. Braintree and Mansfield. DeMasi with three great catches in the outfield, including the final out in the first in center, robbing extra bases from Casey. First pitch of the inning is in there for a strike at the knees. Pasquale, Girolamo, and Cahill due up. 5, 6, 7 hitters for Mansfield. And the 0-1 pitch, breaking ball just inside. Good spot from the Braintree left-hander. Big swing and a miss. Riley goes back and fires the fastball by him. Head in the count, 1-2, looking for a second straight strikeout. Riley with the off-speed pitch off the end of the bat, and an easy play at first for Vanelli. One down. So Pasquale retired on the ground ball to Vanelli. First pitch is away. And the designated hitter ahead in the count 1-0. Girolamo. Nobody on, and one down here in the second. Pitch just missing below the knees. Hasn't been a very big strike zone to begin the game. The 2-0 pitch, this one fouled back and out of play. 2-1, the count, as Riley delivers. Upstairs, 3-1. A one-out base runner in the first for Mansfield. Looking to do the same here in the second, but Riley looking to battle back as he has to this point here in the game. And this one's going to miss for ball 4. So a one-out walk. So the base on balls brings up the third baseman, Cahill, the runner at first, and one down. Riley looking to induce the double play. First pitch breaking ball is going to be in there for a strike. Riley with a few looks over, he'll throw over. Oh, 1 is down low, And again, not much help behind the plate. The umpire not giving really any calls to Riley out on the mound. Just had pretty good control. Everything's been around the zone. One pitch, and that's low. Riley taking his time on the mound, taking a step off for a second, trying to regain his composure here. A few looks over at first, and the 2-1 is going to be inside. Big pitch here, 3-1. Cahill probably going to take here. And the pitch is going to be in there for a strike, so Cahill taking all the way. Missed a good pitch there. Pitch was right down the middle. Pair of base runners here in the game, but none have come on a hit yet. Ground ball at third. DiMartino bobbles it for a second, gets the out at second, and that's all they're going to get. What could have been a double play ball was bobbled a little bit by DiMartino, but he's still able to get the force out at second for the second out here in the second. So the fielder's choice, and that brings up the second baseman Farragher. Vanelli holding on the runner at first with 2 down now, and another check on over. Pitch is in there for a strike. That one skips, and it gets between the legs of Baker as the runner heads to second on the wild pitch. Baker has done a nice job defensively behind the plate in the first few games of the season, taking over this year as the primary catcher for the Womps. Quigley taking a few steps over towards second, trying to keep the runner close. Now goes back to his normal position at second, and that one off the end of the bat, cued foul. All right, second, 2 down here in the top of the second. Braintree again looking to work out of a jam. Pitch from Riley is off to the end of the bat to DiMartino on a few hops. Throws across and in time to end the inning. So Riley works around a 1-out walk, and still no score after an inning and a half. Bottom second. 4-5 due up. 4-5-6 due up. Baker, DiMartino, and Vanelli. As the first pitch to Baker is going to be a ball. So 3 well-hit balls in the first for the Womps bats, all resulting in flyouts to center. And now Baker had 2-0 in the count. Baker in a good hitter's count, and the 2-0 is on the outside corner for a strike. Inside, ball 3. And the 3-1 pitch to Baker is upstairs, ball 4. And the first base runner for Braintree comes on a walk. So after Braintree very aggressive in the first inning, they're a little bit more patient here in the second, and it pays off as they get the leadoff runner on. Pasquale holding on the runner at first. And that sends up DiMartino, the third baseman. Had a couple putouts in the last inning at third. First pitch, and that one laced up the middle. It's going to be stopped at second. 4-1, back to first for 2. So DiMartino couldn't have hit that one any better, but it was right at the second baseman who went over and turned the double play. So some good defense being played here by the Hornets. Braintree really putting a good swing on the ball. DiMartino grounding into a double play for the second straight game. Now 2 down in the inning. For Vanelli, takes that one outside. One 1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0. And that one hit him. So Vanelli reaching on a hit by pitch. Still, neither team has had a base runner reach on a hit. Seen an error, walks, and now a hit batter. But the double play turned in between for this defense here, as this brings up Files, who takes that one inside for ball 1. This one laced to right and a base hit for Files. Vanelli rounds second, and he'll stay there. So the first hit of the game on either side comes here with 2 down here in the second. Hard shot to right field for Files. Nothing new for this Braintree right fielder. Had a great postseason run last year for this team, down at the bottom of the order. So 2 aboard with 2 down, first and second for Quigley. Quigley first pitch swinging and grounds it through the right side of the infield, base hit. They're going to send Vanelli. Vanelli's going to go. The throw to the plate is going to be in time, and he's going to be out at home. So some more good defense being shown by the Hornets here in the inning. A double play turned and then an outfield assist. And that was going to be a close play regardless, but I think you had to send Vanelli. Not the fastest runner on this Braintree team, but in that situation you send him. And a good throw from the outfield gets him at the plate, so Braintree not able to score here in the second. We'll head to the third, still no score. Top of the third inning here at Braintree High School, and the Hornets, with great defense being played here in the game, is keeping Braintree off the board. First pitch is in there for a strike. Down to the bottom of the order now for the center fielder, Demasi, who had 2 great plays in the outfield in the first inning. Now down the count. And now it's even at 1. Last inning, a double play turned in the infield, then a runner trying to get home on the single, thrown out at the plate. So Vanelli gunned down in right field after the single from Quigley. 1-2 the count, as Riley looking to work quickly here in the third. One-two pitch and a fly ball towards center. McDonald back a step, and he's in his tracks now to put away the first out. Back to the top of the order for the second time here in the game for Dow, who grounded out to third base his first time. First pitch is going to be in there for a strike. The umpire behind the plate not very vocal with his calls. Hard to hear from here. And the 0-1 pitch is going to be upstairs. That was a breaking ball that didn't really break at the end and stays high. 1-1 the count. Nobody on, one down here in the third inning. Down below the knees, it's 2-1. Inside, and it's a 3-1 count now. And the 3-1, it's fouled off and out of play. Riley again battling back, down the count. Now has it full. 3-2 the count with one down. Nobody bored here at the top of the third. And the pitch, it's a ground ball through the right side of the infield, past the dive of Quigley. Quigley going into the dive, and that one getting through the right side of the infield. So the first hit of the game for the Hornets. Brings up the shortstop, Bowen. Reached on an error in center his first time. Braintree's defense looking to show off here in the inning, just like the Hornets have done through the first two. Breaking ball is up high. Dow leading at first with one down. And the pitch, actually a check over first. Riley has constantly been checking on over at first baseman. Manelli has, on a few occasions, been called upon. Short fly ball, this one's going to be trouble. And it's going to drop in between the center and left fields. And everybody's going to move up 90 feet. Just a seeing eye hit. So 2 hits here in the inning for the Hornets, and they really haven't been hit all that well. But they've been placed well. Back-to-back hits. And now that brings up Trider, the right fielder. Flew out to right his first time. Womp's looking to keep the runners close, and the pitch is upstairs. One-0 pitch fouled back over the screen and out of play. Womps desperately could use a ground ball. Here looking to get out of the inning. To this point, just one strikeout for Riley. Could also use a strikeout. 1-1 the count. And the pitch, nice stop in the dirt. Two and 1 the count. As Riley looks back in the stretch. And the 2-1 pitch is popped up in the infield. This one's heading towards the dugout. Vanelli with a long run, and he overruns it. That one was up in the air for a long time. And Mansfield again dodges another bullet as Braintree misplaying the fly ball, this time in the infield. That was a tough run, though, for Vanelli. He was all the way back, almost on the infield grass. Had a long way to go, and obviously not getting any help from the Mansfield side, telling how close he is to the fence. That's always the toughest part as you head over towards it. So Riley looking to battle back, and a fly ball this time to center. McDonald battling the sun, and he puts it away for the second out. That sun has really caused problems here in center field. That's the second time now that we've seen both sides really battling at the last second, and it's no guarantee at this point. Even with the shades down from McDonald there, he was able to use his hand to also try and shade away the sun. And he puts out the second out. So Trider retired on the fly to center. So he's 0 for 2. Pair of balls hitting the outfield. And now it brings up the catcher Arnold. He struck out his first time looking with 2 aboard here and 2 down. Off-speed pitch is inside. Good looking spot on the inside corner. Both teams have had a threat in their last at bat. This time the Hornets have 2 aboard. Braintree had 2 aboard before getting thrown out the plate last inning and were unable to score. 2-0 the count now to the cleanup hitter. Chuck on over at second base. Not often do you see the pitcher with the pickoff play at second, but he was trying to keep him close. Two-0 pitch, nice pitch on the corner, and it's 2-1. An excellent pitch on the 2-0 count because you know they had the green light. Down low and stopped by Baker. It's 3-1. Big pitch upcoming for the Braintree starter. See if he takes here on the 3-1 count. And the pitch, and Arnold swinging away. He flies it to right, files a few steps over, and he puts it away for the third out. And for the second straight inning, the Womps are able to work out of a little jam, and Braintree will head to bat here in the third with no score. Bottom of the third, no score. Braintree up at bat, 9-1 and 2 up as Andrews takes the first pitch on the outside corner for strike one. So the Womps had 3 straight runners reach, a hit batter and a pair of singles, but the runner was gunned down at the plate last inning. Otherwise, the Womps had the 1-0 lead. So here in the third, Andrews down in the count, 0-2. Had a big hit last game against Peabody, and he drives this one down the right field line. Is going to be foul. A couple feet outside of the line, and that's exactly the way he went last time against Peabody. He went right down that right field line. Neuruter still looking for his first strikeout of the game, and the pitch is way upstairs. The Womps looking for their leadoff runner on for the second consecutive inning. Baker walked last inning to lead it off. And the 1-2 pitch, it's fisted to second, and an easy play on a line for the first out. So the second baseman has been busy here in the game. He's turned double play and now recording the line out. Few players for Mansfield throwing behind us. Don't know if there's any sort of bullpen being worked here, but could just be regular work for the players as well. Right now, Naruto not in any trouble on the mound, so could just be their normal work getting in on the pitching staff. And the pitch to McDonald's fouled back off the screen. McDonald has the power to take it out of the yard. We saw it last year a few times. And the pitch just skips in. Pitch to McDonald is going to be away. McDonald fouls it straight back. The count 2-2. Right now, their second time around in the order, and McDonald looking to reach with one down here in the inning, and he does. So the second walk surrendered here in the game by Naruto, and a one-out walk. First pitch swing, and this one is towards the cage, and it's going to be over. Kennedy hit the ball real well his first time. The defense has been great here in the game for the Hornets, but Braintree looking to strike through here in the third. Had plenty of base runners here in the game. That one's upstairs too. Neither team has stolen a base here in the game as well. Let's see if Braintree puts the runner in motion here with one down. Runner won't go, and the pitch is down low. Ground ball, and it's going to be at first the force out for the second out. Had to wonder if that one hit the foot of Kennedy on the way by, but obviously not showing any signs of that. I don't know if he fouled that one off his foot, but nonetheless, the second out on a weak grounder to first. But that does move the runner to second base. He's in scoring position with two down for Casey, who really put a charge in the ball in the first. First pitch is outside. Still awaiting the first run of the game. Scoreless here in the third inning. Two down in the third for Braintree, and the pitch is down low, 2-0. Good hitters count for the DH. Pitch to Casey is going to be on the outside corner for a strike. Already seen one outfield assist for this defense. Braintree looking for a single to put them ahead. And now the count is even at 2-2. Starter now just a pitch away from getting out of the jam. And the pitch, ground ball to short. The throw is low, and it's dug out at first for the final out. Braintree appealing that he could have been off the bag at first. And it doesn't look like they're going to appeal, so the inning is over. As Braintree strands the runner at second, and no score through 3. We'll head to the 4th. Top of the 4th inning here at Braintree High School, and the first pitch as Pasquale diving out of the way, and the pitch is inside. 5, 6, 7 due up here in the inning, and it's 2-0 to the first baseman. Pasquale grounding out to first, his first at bat, and a big swing and a miss. Beautiful afternoon here at Braintree High School. Temperatures in the mid-50s. Two and 1 the count to the leadoff hitter here in the 4th, and the pitch is upstairs, 3-1. Three-one pitch. It's fouled straight back over the screen and out of play. Another full count for Riley on the mound. He's thrown a lot of pitches here through the first 3+. A little bit of stirring in the Braintree bullpen. And this one's driven deep to left. This one heading towards the fence as Kennedy watches it on one hop. And the throw back in towards the infield. Pasquale's going to have to hustle. He might be out. And the throw's just not in time. Pasquale thought that was gone, and he almost got caught napping on his way to second. He thought that one was out of here. So a leadoff double to begin the 4th. And Riley back into the stretch. First pitch is in there for a strike. Count now even at 1-1. Haven't seen any small ball yet here in the game. Should be a good spot for it for the Hornets looking to manufacture their first run in a scoreless game. This one's fouled back and out of play. Big spot for Riley. Looking to work around a leadoff double. Still nobody out here in the 4th. But ahead in the count 1-2. Be a good spot for a strikeout for Riley. And he gets him. Nice pitch down low, and he chased down in the dirt for the first out. So the second strikeout for Riley came at a good time. Now it brings up the third baseman, Cahill. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out at short his first time. Pitch is high and tight. He thought he got hit, and Braintree's going to appeal that one hit the bat. Coach O'Connell not happy with the call, and usually if somebody gets hit, they don't go down to the bag that quickly. So selling the call at the plate. And now 2 aboard here with 1 down. This is a spot where the Braintree's defense is going to need to help out the pitcher here on the mound. And an off-speed pitch is in there at the knees for strike 1. So a double and a hit batter here in the inning. Another off-speed pitch, this one towards second. This could be 2. On to second for 1, back to first, it's 2. They got him. And the defense does its job as Quigley tags the bag, throws over to first, a low throw, and Vanelli digs it out. And Braintree gets themselves out of another jam here in the 4th. We'll head to the bottom half of the inning and no score. Bottom of the 4th inning, the Braintree defense coming through with the double play to end the top half of the inning, and now Baker steps in and takes ball 1. Baker, DiMartino, and Vanelli due up for Braintree here in the inning. 4, 5, and 6 in the order. And the 1-0 is popped up in the infield. This one towards the catcher. And a late stab at it for the first out. So the pop-up to the catcher to begin the inning. DiMartino grounded into a double play on a hot shot back in the 2nd. First pitch is outside. Neither team taking advantage of their opportunities here in the game. Seen a lot of base runners, but the defense has been the difference here in the game. Both sides turning a double play. The pitcher's best friend. In there at the knees to DiMartino. This one headed back and out of play. Ground ball to third. Still fair ball. It's a low throw. He's off the bag, and he's safe. So all the way around, it was a low throw, and the first baseman comes off the bag. Pretty much a bang-bang play at first, and the manager's going to come out and argue this one. It was pretty much the runner and the first baseman pretty much touching the bag identically. If the throw was on the mark, he was out, but Pasquale not able to keep the contact with the bag, and Braintree gets the base hit. Probably go as an error. It was a tough play at third. It wasn't hit all that hard. So DiMartino reaching at first for Vanelli, who was hit by a pitch his first time. And he fouls this one over the screen. Timeout called at the plate. Neither team has attempted a stolen base yet here in the game, and we're getting later in this one. Let's see if Braintree puts the man in motion. As DiMartino is going to go, they pick him off. The throw down, it's going to be high, and he's safe. So DiMartino was caught, but the throw was high. And a pair of errors here in the inning. And now DiMartino at second. This might be the break that Braintree needed. Trying to get on the scoreboard. So both pitchers here in the game have had a good move over to first, and that time he had him picked off. Always tough to judge the move of a left-hander. And Vanelli grounds this one back to the mound. Nice stop, and now they have him picked off. The throw down to second, he's out. So DiMartino, who reached on an error, got over to second on an error, is now thrown out at second on a nice play at the mound. Surprised not to see DiMartino trying to get in a run down there and at least attempt to allow Vanelli to get to second and back into scoring position. That all happened so fast, so now 2 down here in the inning, and Vanelli at first. Files hit a single his first time, and he fouls this one out of play. Outside corner, and now he's ahead 0-2. Driven to deep right center. That's going to head towards the gap. That's going to get down. Vanelli's rounding third, looking for the first run of the game. The throw is not going to be in time, and Braintree leads 1-0. It gets away, and now files all the way to third, and that's in the dugout. Are they going to award him home plate? Let's see. The umpires are going to get together now, and that might be a home run. They're going to have to see where the base runner was before it headed out of play. And this is a huge call here at the game. This could be a 2-0 lead for the Womps, or a runner at third and 2 down, and just a 1-0 lead. And they're going to award him home plate. So it is the home run, as that one was thrown away. Again, the third error of the inning. And Braintree takes advantage to go up 2-0. And now the head coach for Mansfield is going to come out and wonder why he was awarded home plate. And that's exactly what they talked about before the game. Both teams were given what happens during certain circumstances, whether it heads out of play. And with the no fence in front of the dugouts, it went right into Braintree's dugout. And now it's a 2-0 game. So how the complexion has changed, it looked like Mansfield was going to work out of the jam, and Files delivers again. That'll go down as a RBI double for Files, and he reached home on the throwing error, as this one's driven to right field, and it's going to hang up long enough, as Quigley stung the ball twice here in the game, but that time right at the right fielder for the final out here of the fourth. But Braintree strikes for 2, and they lead 2-0 after 4. Top of the 5th inning, and Braintree up 2-0. Files driving in the first run of the game, and then coming through as this one's fisted towards center. McDonald comes in and calls him off for the first out. First pitch swinging, and again for the second time here in the game, the center fielder flying out as Demasi retired. Back to the top of the order for the third time here in the game, and the pitch is down low. So a newfound 2-run lead for Riley on the mound, and that one high and tight, 2-0. couldn't really ask for a better day for a ball game here at Braintree High School. This one's off the end of the bat and out of play. Now we're heading over towards the Braintree bullpen area. Two and one the count as Riley fires at the knees, and he gets the strike. A late call behind the plate. 2-2 the count. 2 strikeouts so far for Riley. You could use a third here with nobody down. Lefty-lefty matchup, and the pitch is swung on and missed. He got him. Third strikeout for Riley. Two quick outs here in the 5th. Infield back all the way around with 2 down here in the inning. And the first pitch is right down the middle, strike 1. Ground ball back to the mound, and Riley grabs it. Throws on over to first, and the end of the inning. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Riley on the mound. Helps himself out there to end the inning on the hut shot back at him. And we're through 4.5. It's 2-0 Womps. Bottom of the 5th inning, back down to the bottom of the order, 9-1-2 for Braintree. Andrews, and then back to the top for McDonald. First pitch skips in, ball 1. Andrews, McDonald, Kennedy, 9-1-2. If anybody reaches, Casey will have a chance. Ground ball, too short, deep in the hole. And the throw is going to be safe. The throw was on the mark, but Andrews able to beat that one out. You knew that was going to be a tough play because it was deep between third and short, and he had to make the long throw, and Andrews able to hustle it out. And now Mansfield signaling around to the infield what they're going to do here in case of a steal or a bunt. As the catcher signals out, and it looks like Braintree might have a pinch runner come in. Coach O'Connell talking to, it looks like Whalen, as Whalen's going to come in and run here as a special runner for Andrews, who reached on the infield single. Back to the top of the order now for McDonald. He's 0 for 2, or rather 0 for 1. Flied out to center and walked. First pitch, and he drives it to right field. Base hit. That's heading towards the gap. That's going to get down. Whalen motoring around second. He might come all the way around. They're going to send him. And Whalen's going to score uncontested. Beautiful base running for Whalen, who came in just for that opportunity. And McDonald again pulls in the RBI, just like he did against Peabody, roping that one into right center. And that looks like it's going to be the day here on the mound as the head coach coming out, signals over to the bullpen. And the signal has now been made as the reliever will come on in. And Braintree now with the 3-0 edge here at home. They're still threatening here in the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back. New pitcher on for the Hornets, and Braintree with the 3-0 lead here. Nobody out and a runner at second. First pitch is inside to Kennedy. So a leadoff single by Andrews on the infield single, and then the pinch runner Whalen comes on and scores on the long double to right center from McDonald. And now the new pitcher on and ahead in the count. McDonald at second. Good size lead, and this one's driven to right field. Probably going to tag for McDonald as this one all the way back, almost a few feet in front of the fence. And a successful sacrifice by Kennedy as he drove that one deep to right. Braintree's really put a few good swings on the ball pretty much all game long. The first inning, Mansfield's defense was exceptional. 3 great plays in the outfield, including the final out of the first that was almost a diving play. And that was 2, maybe even 3 bases if that one dropped for Casey. As Casey now stands in, the runner at third just 90 feet away. And the off-speed pitch in at the knees for strike 1. Casey looking to put one in the air. And now he's down the count 0-2, so a pair of off-speed pitches trying to keep him off balance. McDonald at third, 1 down, and the 0-2 pitch fouled off and into the Braintree dugout. So Riley getting one run here so far, looking for a second at third. And that one skips in. Nice play behind the plate to block that one. Big stop behind the plate as Arnold was able to block that one with the chest protector. Infield in all the way around. The Hornets can't allow another run. And this one does skip away for a moment, but it pops right out in front of the plate. Not far enough for McDonald to try. So a pair of blocks behind the plate, keeping this one a 3-0 game. Casey with an opportunity here to give Braintree the 4-0 edge, and a late swing and a miss. Second out of the inning comes on the strikeout. Down to the cleanup hitter, Baker, and the first pitch is going to drop in there for a strike. So since coming on, in relief now, this is the 4th breaking ball we've seen already. Goes back to the gas and misses. Catcher's so important with a pitcher that throws a lot of off-speed pitches. And there's another one driven through the left side of the infield, base hit. As Baker knocks in the 4th run of the game. And one breaking ball too many that time as he was sitting on that breaking pitch. Second time Baker reached on a walk, and now the RBI single. And Braintree's giving themselves a little bit of breathing room here, up 4-0 now in the 5th. Baker's heading off. The throw's not going to be on time, and he's safe. Probably not the runner you would expect to take off, as Baker steals second with 2 down here in the inning. Gets another runner in scoring position. DiMartino's had some bad luck the last couple games, and he takes a big swing and a miss. A good hitter for this Braintree team here in the number 5 hole, and DiMartino looking to break out of his little slump with a base hit. He's hit into a couple double plays the last few games. Now looking to provide the 5th run of the game. Off-speed pitch is in there for a strike. So the Womps striking for 2 to this point. Here in the 5th, they have a runner at second and 2 down, but DiMartino now down in the count. And the pitch, it's fisted to right, and it's going to drop foul. It all started with the infield single by Andrews. And Braintree has struck for 2 to double the lead, 4-0. And a late swing and a miss by DiMartino. He goes down on strikes. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Mansfield, but Braintree strikes for 2. and they lead 4-0 after 5 complete. Top of the 6th inning, 4-0 the lead, and the first pitch from Riley is in there for a strike of the knees. 3-4-5 due up for the Hornets, and that one is outside for ball 1. Trider 0 for 2. He's flied out to center and flied out to right, so both time in the air as Riley looks to enjoy another 1-2-3 inning. Off-speed pitch in at the knees. Off-speed pitch, he swung at it and missed. They got the throw down to the bag, and the throw's in time for the strikeout. Riley has really mixed in that breaking ball nicely here in the game, and he's really kept him off balance. Just 4 strikeouts here in the game for Riley, but they've come at good opportune times. This one's fouled off and out of play. Arnold putting a good charge in that one, but well foul. 0 for 2 here in the game. A strikeout and a flyout to right. Just inside 1-1. Off-speed pitches down low. It's 2-1. The defense has been great here in the game for Braintree other than in the first inning, but that was just a misplay in center. But McDonald certainly atoned for it later in the game with the RBI that gave Braintree the early score. Late swing and a miss. Count now even at 2. Riley firing back the fastball. And the 2-2 just fouled off. So Riley looking to get back to 500. A tough luck loser against Norwood. The only loss the Womps have had this season. He pitched a great game. His defense didn't help him out, but now looking to pick up a victory here at home. And the pitch is fouled off. That one almost hit, looked like Baker right in the hand after it was fouled off. Off speed, and he got him again. Back-to-back strikeouts for Riley, who's picking it up here as the game has gone on. Hasn't allowed a hit since the 3rd. Two down, and it brings up Pasquale. Off-speed pitch outside, just off the plate. 3 of the last 4 outs recorded by Riley have come via the strikeout. And the 1-0 pitch from the southpaw is going to be apparently inside. Looks like a pretty good pitch. Two 2-0 the count to the first baseman as that one misses outside. And clearly he'll be taking here 3-0 down by 4 runs. 3-0 pitch is going to just be below the knees. A 4-pitch walk. So Riley, who hasn't had control issues here in the game, with a 4-pitch walk, and now a special pinch runner coming in for the Hornets. First pitch swing, and this one's going to drop foul right down the first base side. Riley can really just focus on the hitter here. As the Hornets down by 4, you would assume they wouldn't put the runner in motion. I want to run yourself out of an inning. As this one's popped up in the infield, this one heading towards the dugout. Finelli over and can't make the play as it went right through the webbing, it looked like. A nice effort from Finelli the second time he's been over by that dugout and hasn't been able to put it away. Would have been a nice play to end the inning for Vinelli, but he wasn't able to retire him. And now Riley's going to have to do the job. Great spot there on the corner as the umpire doesn't flinch. Hasn't even gone down out of his crouch. Off-speed pitch, he got him anyway, and he struck out the side here in the inning. Riley gives a fist pump, and he's through 6. It's 4-0, Braintree. Bottom of the 6th inning, 4-0 the lead for Braintree as Vinelli takes a pitch for a strike. Off-speed pitch down low as Vinelli 0 for 1 here in the game. Ground into a fielder's choice, and he was hit by a pitch. Both teams have been hit once. As that pitch is down at the knees for strike 2. Hot shot through the right side of the infield, and a leadoff single to begin the 6th inning for Vinelli. Wasn't a great 0-2 pitch. That one caught too much of the zone, and he drove it through the right side. So the bats have gotten warmer as this game has gone on. It took Braintree till the 5th inning to finally score. And it looks like another pinch runner coming on. As Adams is going to pinch run here for Vinelli. And for the 2nd consecutive inning, Braintree sent that special pinch runner out. Last time it paid off immediately as McDonald line went into the gap, and Whalen, who was pinch running, scored from first. Brings up Files. He's 2 for 2 here in the game, a single and a double. And he came around to score on that weird sequence that was thrown around in the infield. Came all the way around as it went into the dugout and was credited with the RBI. Check on over at first as Adams dives back safely. Another check on over, this time a little bit closer. So Files, who's 3 of his last 5 at the dish. And that one's going to get down, and it's going to be a stolen base at second. Didn't get that far away from the catcher, but was far enough away where Adams, who was itching to get going, heads over to second. Braintree keeping the pressure on here in the inning. Looking to get another one. Go up by 5 as the pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. You wonder if Braintree's going to send Riley back out there for the complete game. If Braintree scores a few more runs here in the inning, probably not. Driven into the gap in right field as Files now 3 for 3 here in the game, and he's heading for 2. The throw is going to be off the mark, and another RBI double for Files, who's hit the ball well out of that 7th spot here in the Braintree order. So the Womps, who were hitting the balls right at the Mansfield players back in the 1st, have now found the gaps. And a lot of extra bases here in this game. 5-0 the score as that one bounces in. Quigley 1 for 2. A single and a fly out to right. Hit that one sharply to right, too. Ground ball to the right side of the infield. He did his job. So that'll go down as a sacrifice. The runner heads to third with 1 out. So fundamentally, Quigley doing the job, getting the runner over to third base with less than 2 outs. Down to the bottom of the order for Andrews, who got that rally started last inning. His infield single gave Braintree a little bit of momentum they needed. So Files at third, 1 down. And a foul tip held on to for strike 2. Off-speed pitch to Andrews. He doesn't move, and he takes it a little bit high. Pitch on the corner. So the bottom of the order has provided some good life for this Braintree offense. Vanelli, Files, Quigley, and Andrews all with hits here in the game. Down from the bottom part of the order. 6, 7, 8, and 9. Last season it was mostly the top of the order that did the damage, especially the 3, 4, 5 between Columbus, Venuti, and Troy. On the corner for strike 3 as Andrews is down on strikes. So another big base runner on at third. Potential 6th run. Back to the top of the order for McDonald, who scorched one to right center his last time. Takes this one high and tight. McDonald with 5 RBI in his last 2 games, looking to add to that total. Another pitch identically high and inside. Two and 0 the count to McDonald. He swings and he drives this one again in the gap. McDonald heading for 2. He's going to get there safely. And the 6th run of the game coming across on McDonald's double. Seeing dead red there is McDonald. He's been on fire the last few games. That's 6 RBI now for McDonald in the past 2. Coming at the top of the order. French is still not done here in the inning. With the runner at second, 2 down for Kennedy. And Kennedy drives this one to right. This one's going to be tough. It's going to drop. And McDonald's going to score on the RBI from Kennedy. So Kennedy with his first hit of the game to make it 7. I have to wonder now if Coach O'Connell with the long wait, as this one's grounded on the first pitch foul. If Coach O'Connell will go to the pen here with a 7-run lead and look to give Riley the rest of the afternoon off. He went the first 6. It's been a long wait in between innings for Riley. Pitch drops in there for a strike. Casey's had a tough day at the plate. Although he did hit the ball very well in his first at bat, a rob of a catch in center. He's also grounded out to short and struck out. The last 3 innings, the Braintree offense has been on fire. They've scored 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and so far 3 here in the 6th. Both teams have had plenty of chances. Certainly early for Mansfield. They weren't able to push any runs across. Kennedy leads at first, and Casey went around. He's going to have to get down to first. The throw is going to have to be there, and it is, to retire the inning. But Braintree strikes for 3 more, and they go up by 7 here at home, looking for their second win here at home, looking to improve to 3-1 on the season here with the victory. Back here at Braintree High School, new pitcher on for the Womps here in the top of the 7th. It's Delvecchio. Hasn't pitched since opening day, and the first pitch is a swing and a foul out of play. So Delvecchio, who hasn't had any work since the opening victory for the Womps at Brookline, getting a chance here in the 7th inning, and is looking to breeze through this, hopefully, and throw minimal pitches to try and be ready for that game against BC High as well. Swing, and that one's fouled out of play. So Delvecchio coming right out of the pen. He's throwing gas. Riley threw hard, but certainly Delvecchio has a little bit more velocity behind it. Does have a good off-speed pitch. Let's see if he stays with the fastball here on the 1-2 count. He does, and it's a little bit low. Two pitch from Delvecchio. It's an off-speed pitch, and it's going to be inside. Time to challenge here if you're Delvecchio. Up with a 7-run lead. Make him hit it. And he swings at a pitch that may have been out of the zone and fouls it out of play. Again, the 3-2 pitch from Delvecchio, and it's outside for ball 4. So the pinch runner on here at first. And the pitch from Delvecchio is a breaking ball down low. Braintree's turned one defensive double play here in the game. Looking to create another here. But it's 2-0. Pitch right down the pipe for strike 1. Again, the long layoff, you have to wonder if it creates any rust for Delvecchio. I wondered if he may start here today, but certainly can't second guess the opportunity, as Riley was exceptional here today. 3-1 the count. First one reaching on a walk, as Vanelli holds the runner on at first. And the pitch is going to miss. 2 straight walks. First pitch, fastball down the middle for strike 1. Braintree dugout telling Vanelli to stop holding the runner on, just get back and make the defensive play. First and second, nobody down, and the 0-1. Ground ball to third. DiMartino tags the bag at third, and that's all he's going to do for the first out. So an easy ground ball for the first out of the inning. In a closer game, you would assume that DiMartino might have tried to throw that one across the diamond, but takes the secure out, doesn't want to throw it away. Back at the top of the order. Now for the 4th time through the order, as Delvecchio gets back into the windup and fires, he gets a called strike. First 2 reaching on walks, then the ground out and the fielder's choice. Braintree looking to keep the shutout intact. And a late swing and a miss. Delvecchio with a very good fastball. Let's see if he lets it fly here on the 0-2 count. He does, but it's out of the zone. A 1-2 from Delvecchio to breaking ball off the end of the bat towards DiMartino. He's going to go to second. It's going to be a close play. He's out as he gets the force at second. So he cuts the middle runner off. I thought DiMartino was going to go across the diamond to first and let the runner get to second, but he makes the closer play at second for the second out here of the inning. So after Delvecchio walks the leadoff 2 runners, he's come back and gotten a couple weak ground balls in the infield, and Braintree's defense has created those 2 outs. Runners at the corners, 2 down. As the pitch to Bowen is in there for a strike at the knees. The shortstop, 0 for 3 here in the game. Vanelli holding the runner on at first as Delvecchio goes back into the stretch and delivers an off-speed pitch down at the knees for strike 2. Womps looking to pick up their 3rd win of the season in 4 tries. Just allowing the 1 run to Peabody, looking to shut out the Hornets here today. And the delivery is a ground ball at DiMartino, looking to provide all 3 of the outs here in the inning, and he does, as Braintree wins 7-0 here today at home to pick up their 2nd win in 2 games here at home, and Braintree improves to 3-1 with the 7-0 shutout. And Riley pitched an unbelievable game here today, had 5 strikeouts in the game, he went 6. Delvecchio comes in, walked the first 2, and then got 3 straight groundouts to end the game here today. We'll be right back with the play of the game after this. Hello and welcome back to Braintree High School. I'm here with the play of the game, Mike Riley. And Mike, an exceptional game for you guys. A 7-0 win here against Mansfield. It seemed like you got better as this game went on. Here in the 6th inning, you struck out the side. Tell me what you were seeing from the pitchers and from the umpires. I know you weren't really getting the calls early, but how did you really fight through that and just work well today?
Well, all season the coach has been preaching live down every pitch, and today I couldn't do that, so just try to make a big game adjustment, get a little up, got a lot more pop flies, and I got lucky, no one hit one out.
Seemed like early in this game, both sides had a lot of men on base and just weren't able to push them across, but finally in the 4th inning, you guys were able to break through. How much momentum does that give you on the mound?
That was huge. After that, I felt like I got over the hump. I got my fastball back. I was locating curves. I felt good after that. You can tell.
And now, I know you had a tough loss against Norwood. Nobody could have pitched a better game. It was tough. You guys ran into one of the best pitchers in all of Massachusetts in Mellon. How does it feel here to get your first win of the season?
Feels good. I hope it could have been against Norwood, but it's not, and this is now. I'm fine with it. Just hope it's not the only one.
And now as you guys move on, with the big game coming up against BC High, what do you expect to see in that game? I know you guys have really become a rival of that team.
Yeah. That's going to be a high-energy game. They got a new field. Excited to be at. Fortunately not playing. But I hope the boys the best at it. Hopefully we can take them down.
So I want to congratulate you here on a great game pitched here today.
Thank you.
I'm going to wrap it up here. A 7-0 win for Braintree here over Mansfield. I'm Mike Wassel. For Genevieve Magoli, we'll see you next time.